Welcome to the hands-on section on the use of the constant keyword to protect pointers and or data items from modification, accidental or deliberate, when passing arguments by reference. So I am showing you here the first example that we saw in the slides just now, in which we had the function convert to uppercase. So this is an example where we have where both the pointer as well as the data items, the data it points to, both are non-constant. So this is the one in which we have this weird looking string with upper and lower case characters, and we pass that string to this function convert to uppercase, print it out before and after, and inside it we pass to it the pointer to the beginning of this character array called string that is received as a character pointer on, and inside the function we have a while loop in which we process each character in this character array one at a time, and we read each character, convert it, pass it to this toUpper function that is part of the C-type header file, and convert each character of this string to its corresponding uppercase character and replace it with that uppercase character. And then we move on to the next character in the string. So I run this and you can see the output is what we expected. So this is the input string to the function, and after we call this convert to uppercase function, these are the contents of the function after that. So you can see we passed a pointer to this function. The value of that pointer was incremented to go from one character, move from one character in the string to the next. And we ended the while loop when we encountered the null character, came back to the main function, printed out the string, the character array string, which had been modified. So the data was modified, and inside the function over here, the string the S pointer was also modified. Now let me jump to the next example that we had. This is the function in which this is the program in which we had the function print characters, a function that prints one character of a character array that is passed at a time. Over here too, the pointer that it receives is changed as we go through this for loop, but the data stored in the character array string here in the main method that it points to, that is left unmodified and couldn't be modified even if we wanted to, because this pointer, this character pointer, points to this pointer points at data that is character constant. Okay, let me run this. And there you see the contents of the string are print characters of a string, and this function print characters prints it out, print characters of a string, all of it. Now the next three examples I'm going to show you are ones that produce some kind of error in which we try to access data or change the value of a pointer, and we do something that we expect to produce an error, to produce a compile time error. So over here we have a pointer to an integer constant, which means if it's an integer that's supposed to stay constant, we cannot assign it a new value, which is obviously what we're doing in this function f over here. So this should be the cause of a compile time error, and we can already see the red squiggly line under the pointer operator over here, already telling us expression must be a modifiable L value. L value means left value, something that is put to the left side of an assignment operator, this equal sign. So I'm already getting the warning. Let me just attempt to compile it. It won't work, of course. And there you go. Let's take a look at the errors. So I'm getting 2 errors. So x pointer, you cannot assign to a variable that is constant. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do over here. As expected, a failure, an error. Next one. So over here I have in main, I have this pointer, which is a constant pointer to an integer. So I am not once initialized at the time I define this pointer, which I'm doing right here. I'm initializing it to point at integer x, which is defined before that. Once I do that, I can change the value of x through the pointer, but I cannot use this pointer I've created to start pointing at another variable like y. So while this statement over here is fine, the last one down here is not fine. And just to demonstrate that, we comment it out first. I'll run this. This will work fine. See, no errors, nothing. And now let me comment this line back in. And you can see there's a squiggly line over here already, and it says pointer is a constant pointer to an integer that can be modified through PTR, but PTR always points to the same memory location. It's always like almost like a message from the textbook, from the slides. And here's the compile time error. What does it say? You cannot assign to a variable that is constant. So PTR over here is referred to as a variable, and of course it is defined as, it was defined as a constant pointer to an integer, so can't change its value after whatever I gave it at the time of initialization. Okay. Finally, the fifth and last example. This is the one in which everything's both things are constant. So the pointer, so pointer PTR is a constant pointer to an integer constant. So I cannot change the value of the memory location pointer is pointing at, so which is what I'm trying to do over here. I have this red squiggly line again under that statement, and on the following line I am trying to redirect the pointer from variable x that I initialized pointer to. I'm trying to point it now, to direct it now at variable y, and this is also not possible because the pointer is constant. So this one can't happen because the data I'm pointing at is an integer constant, and this last statement cannot happen because the pointer is a constant pointer. Run this, and this should give me 2 errors over here. So PTR, you cannot assign a variable that is constant. PTR, you cannot assign a variable that is constant. Over here, expression must be a modifier. Yeah, so there you go.